All right, so welcome back, folks, to the Wanneroo channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at the next 300 Blackout project that I'm going to do. This is going to be a 150 grain full metal jacket Hornady 30 cal bullet that we're going to use. And this is a load that I've done now for, probably going on close to 8 years now. And it's been kind of a tried and tested load that I've used, over the years. Has worked very well for me, and so I'm going to go ahead and do kind of a short little series of videos on it and just kind of show folks what I'm doing. I've seen similar type loads out there, and you'll also find similar type loads with different manufacturers that make factory ammunition where they will load some sort of full metal jacket bullet in the 144 to 150 grain range. And kind of sell that as like general purpose target ammunition. So basically with this, the whole key with this ammo is that it's a very, as I mentioned in my previous AR build video, it's a very nice, pleasant to shoot, target shooting load, and just real simple to load, just a nice general all-purpose load. So it's one of those things where especially when I have folks come to the range to shoot, or just general plinking or just target shooting. In those types of situations, there's no point for me in wasting my expensive Barnes bullets or Nosler bullets or Sierra bullets just for a bit of plinking at the range. So this is kind of a different thing that we're loading it for. We're not looking to use this necessarily for hunting or self-defense. If it's an end of the world scenario, I'm sure you could put it to use in that type of situation, but that's not the point of it at all. It's just a nice little target shooting load that we're going to do. So one factor in this is the cost. As I mentioned with kind of the target shooting thing, and the reason why I'm actually making this ammunition now is because I'm down to my last little bit of it. And I had a number of people come over to the range a couple of weeks ago, and everybody got to shoot and all that stuff. And we used up a lot of this, so that's why I want to kind of crank out another batch and kind of refill the ammo boxes with it. So price is a consideration on this. Now, back in the good old days, before all this stuff hit in the past year or so, you could pick up these bullets in bulk for I'd say about 15 cents if you looked around, and sometimes a bit cheaper than that if you bought the 2,900 count packs from Hornady's vendors. And sometimes, too, they'd be on sale as well. So it's a very nice, affordable bullet, just your standard full metal jacket bullet. The thing I find with these compared to like the M80 bullets that you'll see out there is these are true to size at 308, where a lot of times with the M80 bullets, they'll be very undersized on their diameter. You'll find a lot of times they'll come in at .304 or 305, which with kind of the lack of good neck tension that 300 Blackout has compared to other bottleneck cases, a lot of times that doesn't work out too well. So that's one thing with the Hornady bullets. I just find that they have that consistency, and for the price, they're affordable. Now I have seen these for sale. They usually go fast. I think Mid-South Shooters, last I looked at them. I don't know if Midway has them right now. But get out there at the regular vendors out there. And I have seen in recent months, it's May 2021 right now. I have seen in the past 2 months where these 500 round packs of these have come in, to vendors. So they are getting out there, or Hornady's making them or whatever. So I have seen them available. And the nice thing with these, you can buy them in bulk. I think this is my last bulk pack. As far as I know, I don't have any more of these left. So I can't remember when I got this box, but it's been sitting around a bit. So, you know, at some point I'll probably want to, you know, scope some more of these out at some point. So hopefully in the next year or so, supplies will normalize, and then I can pick up another bulk pack of them. But, you know, good quality bullets for what you get. So that's one thing with this, is the price. The other thing is that I find this is a very accurate load. So in all my experience shooting this, pretty much like out to 100 yards with a you know, 2 MOA red dot, you know, you can ping the center of the steel gong or you know, the target or whatever, and you know, pretty accurate load, and close up as well. You know, just a very nice accurate load with good groups. And you know, whenever I had folks out at the range a couple weeks ago, they were shooting this round, and like everyone was loving it because, you know, it made them look real good. The accuracy is very good. So also the factor is, you know, of course, the cost is, you know, for that general purpose target plinking, we're looking to keep the cost down. But also, you know, obviously we want a little bit of accuracy out of it too. And I have found that this load here is very accurate. Now, one thing that I have seen, so I guess before moving on, I guess I'll say, you know, that's the two factors in loading this, is the price and the accuracy. And kind of that's the end game. But so one thing I've noticed with folks with these, where I've seen them load them before, is they'll load them to real long overall lengths and stuff. And what I always do is I load and I seat them down to the cantilever, and then I apply a slight crimp. So, you know, I've seen folks do it differently, where they load these bullets way out, and I don't think you need to do that. They usually the overall length with these comes out off the top of my head about 2.06 or so. And so it looks a little short in your magazine, but it really isn't. You know, yeah, there's some long pointy bullets out there that will have longer overall lengths for 300 Blackout. So these about 2.06, and you know, that works just fine. Just in my opinion, you know, folks can do it different if they want. Just seat the bullet down to the cantilever and just apply a slight crimp. That's the way I do it. Like I said, the accuracy's there. You know, works real well. So no complaints there. No need to seat them out some, you know, way out at 2.14 or 1.5 or whatever. You know, I don't see the need in that. So then the other thing is with this is, what kind of brass are we going to use? Well, there again, this is a thing of, well, we're loading for, you know, just a general purpose round. So with this brass, what I did was I have a big bucket of 300 Blackout brass. I've already resized and swaged the primer pockets. And so with this 300 Blackout brass, what I did is to create the batch of brass that I'm going to use essentially to make this little lot here, is I just went and took my calipers and real quickly sat there and picked pieces out of the bucket, and anything that was within 1.358 and 1.363, I basically set that aside for this. And I'm not going to bother trimming it or whatever. There's a lot of debate about trimming brass, when you should do it, and this and that. You know, and you know, especially with a lot of the old timers out there, they're like, hey, as long as it's within spec, then there's no need to trim. And there's other folks that will trim no matter what, so everything is exactly precise. And okay, if you want to do that, I've done that, you know, at times. But with this, you know, within 5 thousandths, I'm just going to roll with that. And so, you know, that's the brass I all picked out to use it with. And perhaps some of that other brass, where if I'm loading a real precision load or something, then it might be a thing where it's like, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll trim everything, and everything's going to be exactly the same length and yada yada, you know. Okay, you know. The other thing with this brass here is I'm not using my best brass. You can see it's all nice and clean. You can check out, if you like the way this brass looks, you can check out my video on how to clean brass. And I like to get mine all nice and clean and shiny and just get rid of all the excess junk and material. The other thing is that it's nice because you can see splits in the neck and in the shoulder. I find a lot easier. So that's one benefit I find with having nice clean brass. But this brass here is kind of a mix master basically. A lot of it came from Palmetto State years ago, where they had taken 223 and 556 brass and cut it down and resized it and all that stuff. And so basically this is a mix master lot of that. Plus there's probably some commercial 300 Blackout stuff that I've shot factory ammo. There's probably some Australian Defense Industries brass in here. What is that? Oh yeah, that actually is Australian Defense Industries right there. What else do we got? We got Lake City, so that's 556. Looks like Lake City. What is, oh, PMJ. I can't remember what that head stamp is. But basically, mostly, probably a bunch of 556 cut down brass. So the thing that I find with a lot of this is there's not the consistency isn't there compared to, especially, well, with the cut down 556 brass. I find that a lot of times the case necks and all that, and just the thickness of the brass is not like within spec in terms of like 300 Blackout brass should be slightly thicker from what I understand. So like the Starline brass, my understanding is that's kind of more in spec in terms of like thickness of the brass and all that. So anyways, and I've been real happy with the brand new Starline brass. So essentially what I have started to do with 300 Blackout is transition away from a lot of this Mixmaster brass, and this Mixmaster stuff is just going to be used up in kind of like loads like this, you know. And then the good stuff, the Starline brass, I'm going to use that for like more of my precision loads or expensive bullets for self-defense or hunting or whatever it might be, you know, and go a different direction with that. So that's the type of brass that we're going to be using for this. So I think that pretty much covers it for right now. So the next thing will be to go ahead and get this brass primed. I'm going to use CCI number 41 primers. Get all of it primed. So I'm pretty busy over the next week, so there'll probably be a delay between videos, but we'll get this video up, and then at some point we'll get this primed, and then we will go to the bench and we will do some loading with these bullets, get them loaded and seated, and then we'll go up and we'll do a bit of shooting with them, and we'll see how they perform. So anyways, thanks y'all for watching. We have a lot more coming down the pike. There's going to be some more stuff. A lot of people want to see different things with the Lee app press, so we're going to do some stuff with that. We have the Rhodesian FAL mags. We have some CZ Scorpion stuff. I have some parts ordered. You guys haven't even seen that, but I got a Scorpion. And oh yeah, 9mm stuff and all kinds of things. So we're pretty busy right now. And also 7.5 Swiss, I've got that. So tons of projects going on, that's for sure. So stay tuned, and a lot more videos coming up. Thanks, y'all.